Hello, this is Eden with Helixx VR. Today I'll be reviewing RuneSage. RuneSage is an RPG with puzzle elements for the HTC Vive and Oculus Rift. The main difference to most RPGs is that this game has no combat whatsoever. The main gameplay is exploration and solving puzzles. It's an incredibly relaxed game. Despite being an RPG, I will say that there's not really too much story to it. It claims a playtime of 10 to 15 hours, and from my progress so far, I can see that as being true as long as you take the time to explore and figure it all out yourself, and if you're going for completion. The basic idea of the game is that you need to find the shards of destroyed crystals. Most of the game will be spent exploring the world. There are quite a few environments you will be going through, including a forest, caves, the beach, a castle, and dungeons. You will unlock more of it as you progress by learning new spells and end up returning to the areas already explored with your newfound abilities changing things. To learn spells, you need to complete certain criteria such as finding items. You'll then be taught a new rune which you can draw in the air with your magic wand to cast a spell. The runes do need to be drawn somewhat accurately. As long as you memorise the runes, it's not too bad though. A nice touch is that you can use the wand in either your right or left hand, which is good for the left-handed among us as well. As well as casting the spells normally, you can combine spells when you learn them. For instance, casting wind will create a gust of wind, casting water will create a sprinkle of water, casting the rune for wind and water together before activating the spell will create a jet of water which can be used to put out fires easily. For many of the puzzles, you'll need to find and follow maps and be observant to find the next objective or use a bit of creative thinking to get past puzzles. A lot of areas are hidden or blocked until you cast the correct spell in the correct place. In one example, you need to use wind magic to reach the area itself, then use earth combined with water to move the rocks. In another, you would normally use wind to access an area, but you need to combine it with another spell to do it before a time limit runs out. Locomotion is an important factor for a lot of VR gamers, and RuneSage actually does incredibly well in the amount of options it gives you. You can choose between teleport, which is the default, trackpad, and arm swinging. Not only do you get several options, but even extras like choosing whether trackpad is based on pressing the buttons or touching the trackpad. In general, I would recommend VR developers look at this game for ideas on how to handle locomotion options. That said, I have come across some issues with getting stuck near walls at times, or not being able to use the stairs properly with trackpad. They are pretty minor though, and you can just teleport. In parts of the game, you are also moving yourself with a boat. This is controlled by aiming and propelling yourself with a wind-based spell. These parts can be a bit awkward to control. The graphics in the game are okay, not good or bad really. I didn't find that it detracted from the enjoyment of the game personally, but I know that some people are very into their realistic graphics. The background music fits in quite nicely. There aren't many sound effects, and there are no voices in the game, only text which I did feel was a pity. To wrap up, RuneSage is a nice and relaxing puzzle and exploration based game. It has a long playtime, particularly for the low cost of the game, which is approximately $10. If you like this relaxing style of game with puzzles and exploration, you'll likely enjoy it. If you want to throw fireballs at some enemies, it'd be better to play the wizards. Once again, this was Eden from Helixx VR. If you'd like to see more content like this, please remember to like and subscribe.